I am gonna do my little fadey thing that I like to do. This is yet another game at Milkcast. We've got this league going and just doing an awesome job these past couple days to fill out the leaderboard. Obviously, it is a double round robin tournament, which not a tournament. It is a double round robin league.
League.
Thank you very much. And it is, pretty much the format. Every team plays every other team 2 times. At least that's what we're shooting for. So we are just getting so many games every day. It's been a ton of fun. The
Malzahar
VOD
ban. Don't want to play against
Malzahar
that
ban.
Malzahar.
Wow. So anyway, this is Team WalleMarno's backpack. I assume because WalleMarno has a very, very, very heavy backpack consisting of it's got banana in there, SacredVenge is on his back,
It's got that
Burnabus, and of course
George.
Genocide. Of course, Genocide George. But no, WalleMarno just doing a like fantastic job of jungling on his team, and really in a way, you know, we talk a lot about Genocide George because he's a cool dude, but he has trouble leaving top lane to actually to work with his team for objectives.
Mhm.
And WalleMarno must be so like I don't even know, so kind of like just charismatic, I guess. That like a jungler could be so good at this game that he can actually get Genocide George out of top lane to go for those counter jungles, to go for those
He really
drains.
likes a lot of the tankier,
Yep, yep,
more
yep, yep.
team fight centered
Mm-hmm.
junglers,
Yep.
and because of that, we see him pick up stuff like Skarner a lot.
Yeah,
And I think
Skarner,
this might actually
Udyr.
be a Skarner pick here.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised. I think maybe a little strange that Purple Team didn't ban out his Skarner or Udyr, and they didn't pick
Hmm.
it either because, especially if that is a Jungle Jar is somewhat prone to counter jungling, which WalleMarno is, of course, so strong in.
Hmm.
Uh,
And great on those
Kog'Maw,
timers, always contesting
yeah,
buffs.
very good at timers. This is one of the teams where we really see them kind of like sit around at like a blue buff or a dragon in the enemy jungle before it even spawns. So there is the Skarner pick. Going to be interesting to see how they synergize with it. Nunu Ash being picked up for blue team. So far, we do see purple team picking up Cog.
Hmm.
Cog can be very good against tanks. I really want to see this Cog pick up an early suppression. This is it, right? We are
What?
not even through picks and bans, and this is what I'm going to say about who wins this game.
Huh.
Purple team will
Yeah.
lose the game. I don't know who will win, but what I do know is that purple team will lose the game if
Mm.
Kog'Maw doesn't pick up a QSS before a Phantom Dancer. Okay?
Hmm.
There we go.
You believe that? That is your prediction?
I'm going to say he's going to go IE Phantom Dancer. He's going to lose the game. If he goes IE Zeal QSS, then he has a chance
Hmm.
of winning the game.
Just because of the
The
amount
suppression
of CZ
WalleMarno.
between
And
the Ash and the
it's more about
Skarner?
WalleMarno suppress. Unlike, Warwick has a suppress, which obviously
Hmm.
suppressions can't be cleansed. That's a given. So
Yeah.
something like a Rennaisance taunt, you can pick up cleanse on Kog'Maw and then just really shut down a lot of his effectiveness. However, suppressions cannot be cleansed. Not only that, but unlike a Warwick ult, Skarner ult cannot be broken.
Yeah.
Impossible. Silences, knockups, stuns, nothing. It tethers them to you, and it cannot be broken in any way.
Holy double suppression, Batman.
Interesting. I don't think double suppression is actually that strong, to be honest.
You
Because
know,
because
if you're really only you know, against this lineup, it might be. They've got an Annie and a Kog'Maw, 2 targets you really want to shut down.
yeah,
And
Annie is an
so,
interesting pick. You don't see her very much. She has some of the highest burst in the game,
mhm,
but does kind of get has trouble with range. However,
mhm,
we shall see. Morgana not the biggest threat in lane.
mhm.
Honestly, not the biggest threat.
A really
But
good,
but
like she does
yeah.
well if a gank goes off, especially if there's a stun. Like Wally, once he hits level 6, and if he ganks mid, like that's almost a guaranteed kill
Yeah. By the
because of
way,
the fact.
Olaf, fantastic choice against double suppression.
Hmm.
I
Yes.
would have said Alistair would have been a great choice for purple.
Hmm.
But Olaf, Alistair, GP, all of them very viable ways to break out of, champions with an innate way to get out of suppressions in their own kit.
Yeah.
So very good job picking up that Olaf. Would have liked to see maybe Gangplank Jungle or something you don't see very often. But no, we shall see. Ash Noonan obviously like a perma slow lane does kind of get, I don't know.
I mean, they have really, really good poke
Hmm.
as a lane, but I think the poke coming out of Kog'Maw should be pretty impressive, just
Yeah.
because when you put that shield on Kog'Maw and he pops his W, suddenly he's got super long range and is doing so much damage that he can pretty much outpoke Nunu by and Ash as long
But I
as
mean,
they are.
If Nunu puts the Blood Boil on Ash and puts an Ice Blast down on Kog'Maw,
Yeah,
especially if they once they break through the Janna shield, trades are definitely going to go in favor of Ash and Nunu. It is a
it's
very
true.
strong lane, something that we really see popularized before I am Kiev by M5, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, just Nunu support. They played Nunu support with a lot of very strange things. They love it with they loved it with Kog'Maw actually, which
but
is
and
why I think it
yeah,
was a great time for them to pick up, and they picked up Jarvan and
it's
Kog'Maw
just so
because
good with auto attackers.
yeah,
Ash and Kog'Maw, two of the most prominent auto attackers in the game. Decent
Vayne
with
too,
Vayne. Yeah.
and then that she also benefits from that movement speed, so you can really like position yourself exactly right, and then you suddenly you did 3 auto attacks in the blink of an eye, and nobody really like comes back from that in lane.
Yep.
Like one good round of those, unless there's this rocket in the lane, it's gonna pretty much shut you down.
Yeah. So we do see now spectator mode delay, 3 minute delay, of course, to prevent ghosting,
Mhm.
things like that. We do see it now in action, which means everything we see is what we will see in the game itself. So it is going to be, just to go over the lanes, it is Nunu Ash bot, Kog'Maw Janna bot on purple team. So it's going to be Nunu and Ash against Kog'Maw and Janna, two very, very strong auto attackers who also have kind of like a time at which they're the most powerful. Nunu being when he's got Blood Boil on Ash, and Janna able to put that shield on Kog'Maw. So it's like they both want to fight when they've got their steroid going,
Mhm.
which is going to be interesting to see because it's like, usually that's better against something like, if they're running burst and you survive the burst with like a Janna shield, then you turn on that like that attack speed passive.
Mhm.
Sorry, the W, the Bioarcane Barrage, the
Mhm.
range steroid, and really
The
start
range and
hammering them.
damage steroid,
Yeah,
because
but
it also adds that percentage of health damage, which is
yeah,
just so dangerous.
exactly. But for Kog'Maw and Janna against Ash and Nunu, we'll see. It's like what's going to happen? Are they just going to put Blood Boil on Ash, a shield on Cog, and have them standing there destroying each other? Because neither of them have sustained. So it'll be interesting,
Mhm.
an interesting dynamic in exactly how trades go down. But I think
Mhm.
level 6, Ash might have a lot of kill potential onto the Kog'Maw, especially if they can beat the enemy team to level 6. So you might see him go for Golem, something like that. Anyway, in the jungle, we
On the
do
other
see.
hand, if they don't make
Yeah.
good use of that arrow, the Kog'Maw is going to suddenly have a major advantage in lane, because when he hits 6, he has such good
Lots of
poke.
poke, yep. We do see Jarvan against Skarner in the jungle. WalleMarno, of course, one of my favorite junglers in these in-houses. Really, really
Mhm.
impressive in his buff control and timers, and the amount of counter jungling he can do. And Jarvan is a little bit prone to counter jungling. If he doesn't have blue, he does have to just auto attack creeps down because he does have pretty high mana cost. We do see a Morgana going mid against Annie. Annie, not the most competitive pick these days.
Mhm.
They are changing the way her stun works, and they are doing some other nice changes to her, I think, in a couple patches. Anyway, Olaf versus Warwick up top. Olaf, excellent pick against both the Skarner and the Warwick. So we shall see. Game is going to get going here, and let us see exactly how things unfold. Once again, this is the m1lkcast Star League, I believe we're calling it, right?
Yes.
Such a
The
funny name,
Milkcast Star League.
Star League. Makes
Ah,
it sound so
prestigious.
prestigious. Especially once I put some leaves around it. If you saw
Oh
their little
man,
logo
it's
on
gonna
it,
be
makes it look
killer.
so
Can we
good.
get some stars involved there too? Like
Oh,
really, really
woo!
like
I'm getting excited just
awesome,
thinking about
maybe
it.
HTML stars?
Ooh, sounds
Oh
good.
man.
I was thinking just asterisks is Shift 8. Pepper those around the website a little bit. Anyway, so if I think how many teams do we have now?
Ah, you keep asking me the number, and the number just
Keeps
keeps
going
going up
up.
so fast that it's like I'm cutting it at 30. I need to count how many
Let,
we
let,
have. I
let's
think
cut it
I
at
think
32.
all right at
Okay,
32.
because
I'm
then we can
cutting it
take
at
the top
32.
25% of teams and have a 8-team bracket in the finals. So we
That
are going to run
sounds
this.
pretty good.
Every team will play every other team where available.
Mhm.
A lot of these teams are doing 2 games a day, which is right on track. A lot of our teams haven't actually shown up for the first match yet. But anyway, we are hoping to
I
get.
think it's gonna be crazy. I'll be very happy. I'm gonna also be looking for some assistance, just trying to make sure that all this stuff gets verified and all the results get done. So I've got Wally's gonna help me with that. Wally being in this game, he's a trustworthy bloke. He's not, and we'll
watch
watch
him just like, oh wow, I could have sworn Wally lost the game, but according to the spreadsheet, seems that they have a 100% win rate. This only seems a little off. No, but anyway, we all
it's a community run thing.
There's no actually no prize money. So you really, other than the prestige, you don't have any reason to cheat.
And there is so much prestige.
Yeah, solid. I mean, think of the names we've got in this tournament: SacredVenge, WalleMarno's, I God X Arlog. Just think about that. Just think about that. Anyway, we do see I Like Jarvan starting with this Cloth 5 build is going to make him a little bit more sustained in the jungle. I think too many Jarvans do start boots. And then you don't really need the boots because you have the gap closer on his EQ combo, and also you do have a weak early game jungle until you get that Wriggles Lantern built up. You are not sustaining yourself. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see exactly how this game unfolds. I would like to see some good counter jungling coming out of the hands of Wale. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't invade. To be completely honest,
they were running down mid, and it looked like they wanted to invade.
Oh, actually, it looks like they still might go. I'm actually going to switch over to the more coordinated team. That is actually no, I'm going to switch to red and see exactly what they see when this Kog'Maw sees 5 people coming out of the river. There's the Warwick. He knows Warwick shouldn't be leading. I think, and that should probably be Warwick leading. Oh, and the bind just barely. I think it was he didn't know if Cog was even in there, so just gonna check that brush. He didn't know where the rest of the team was.
I think she was checking the backside, little corner of the brush where a lot of people like to hide.
Yep. And especially since all 5 were missing, they don't see what we see. A ward going down at red buffs red. I like that. It's quite nice. However, stealing away, very good call. I'm presuming it's coming out from WalleMarno, who really understands not only his own kind of limitations, if you will, of his his own jungle champ, but also the champ he's against. And a Jarvan without blue, not so effective. They also have, by the way, a ward down at their own blue. So they will, Morgana and Warwick should be able to rotate if that Jarvan says, I'm going to go take your blue. So we shall see.
I'm deciding not to get the timer and instead leaving a creep, so it'll have to be cleared.
Yeah, interesting. But I think probably what WalleMarno does in many other games, and we'll probably do this time around, is if I can buy a ward and just put it down there at around like the 7-minute mark. He knows it's like a minute or so away. Jarvan might be heading up top for level 2 gank. And Olaf with that Undertow Ghost and Ignite. Warwick only with Flash. He's gonna maybe get hit by this EQ combo. Nice Flash away from Genocide George.
Brilliant Flash.
Ghost actually being popped on Jarvan. It is interesting. It's nice to see a Jarvan with Ghost. I think Ghost is an underrated summer spell.
Dunkmaster Jarvan.
Mr. Jarvan. And he is gonna... Ooh, this could be bad for him because he's gonna start this blue. Doesn't know it's warded.
He's more health than Wally does currently.
Yeah, and Wale did start with that regrowth pin build. However, Genocide George has found the... oh, and Morgana's there too. Not a bind that's gonna connect with anything at all. We shall see if Morg gets the bind. I don't really think they should give the binds to Morg, to be honest. WalleMarno picking up some extra golden XP to kind of... Oh, and actually, Genocide George gets in a bit of trouble here because he doesn't have flash. Oh, and that Jarvan ult... that Jarvan
really nice
barely...
from just healing off of them.
There we go. Nice axe. The Jarvan ult just barely clipping Genocide George, who didn't buy a ward when he get that.
His hitbox feels so big when you're flying across the screen.
It really does. But yeah, no, it's the only way. I mean, Morg doesn't really need blue right now.
She doesn't not need blue right now.
Missing a bind, a stationary creep.
I mean, if you think about it, one of the things that Annie kind of has a little bit of trouble with is just early CS. You've got the tools you need in order to get it, but if you're constantly farming under tower, it's gonna shut down how much CS you get. And
wait, what? I'm sorry, I disagree with that. Annie is one of the best CSs in the game.
Characters to farm under tower, but the cooldown on that Q is still...
It's like 3 seconds, are you kidding me? No, I'm sorry, I disagree. Annie is actually one of the best champs in the entire game for farming under turret. She really is. She has such...
I don't think that she's thriving. She's like, oh man, they pushed me to turret, thank God. Like, everyone loses a little bit of CS under turret. It
Yeah,
happens.
it does happen.
And
That's true.
so...
Oh, actually getting caught
Wow.
by a bind here. She did also put a point in a molten shield, often what you'll see, and she is also maxing Q. I don't know about that. When I play Annie,
Max
you
E.
max W, Q, W,
Oh, yeah,
Q,
wait,
W.
W is the...
The
Incinerate,
cone.
yes. You max W.
Yeah. Oh. And actually, Cosmo getting taken down quite low. We did miss a jungle gank. The heal gets blown by SacredVenge. Doesn't actually have any points into her Frostshot yet. Genocide George getting, I think, outlaned because of that double gank. Really, really, really hit him hard. Picked up the kill after forcing his flash earlier, and now Olaf might even be in position to maybe deny a little bit of wow, and just so much damage. It looks like Olaf has that level 3 reckless swing. Genocide George really needs to start auto-attacking creeps. Obviously, Q gives you a nice chunk of sustain, but really you also get so much sustain from your passive, which gives you...
He really wasn't able to. The, what's it called? The Reckless Swing makes it so that he can't really hang out by the creeps without taking a lot of damage every few seconds. So now that Olaf is backed off to buy, he's going to have a good chance to regenerate a decent portion of his health.
I mean, actually, Genocide George on Warwick is in a nice place to freeze this lane right now. He just has to be careful about exactly how he manages things. He does have a 3 creep advantage, which is going to kind of push in his favor. However, it looks like he does want to just keep auto-attacking, not deny Olaf any CS, but instead just get up to full health. The downside, of course, of freezing your lane is a little bit risky because if you have a big creep wave built up and then you get ganked and you die, then you lose all that to turret. However, really just taking so much damage from Olaf, not able to really sustain in between.
You really need some help, but Wally's down bottom, moving in on this Kog'Maw.
There we go. He's got the red buff. A nice tornado from Janna, but just so much slow coming out. Ashe able to pick up the kill on Rocked. So not quite able to escape. Janna, I don't know exactly when her shield was off cooldown, but it was mighty close.
And here goes the patented WalleMarno's ward going down on
the
their
ward.
blue.
So he knows now that it's gone and he's going to see it when it respawns, but he doesn't know exactly when it's going to go down. And he actually gets taken very low, gets stunned in turret range. Jarvan might be able to follow that up. He is only level 4, he is ghosting. Let's see exactly how this goes. Can he land his EQ? Needs to be careful not to get stunned in turret range, and does force the flash of Burnabus. So nice job on the gank there. Of course, when a flash is down, Jarvan...
I don't know if I agree with that flash.
So scary. Well, I mean, really, I think
she had enough mana for bind, and on top of that, he doesn't have ignite because he's the jungler.
Yeah, but
so...
she didn't. I think she didn't. Jarvan does deal physical damage, which isn't blocked by Morgana's shield. The knockup would be blocked, but I think she didn't know he was only level 4. And really not that much of a damage threat. Obviously, knowing what we know, it seems that not the smartest thing. However, just kind of playing it safe. He is so far away from level 6, though. He is only just now about to hit up level 5. So he's like still a good minute and 30 seconds away from level 6. You really want to get those ulti ganks on with anyone without flash. Morgana going to be trapped inside of his ulti for 2.5 seconds. And I think that is more than enough for Annie to get the kill. They see them.
Blue.
Annie gotta get that damage down. It's just barely out of range. Oh, but the Morgana bind almost certainly gonna be the kill. The flash over the wall. There it is. WalleMarno's so known for his aggressive flashes. However, Jarvan, very nice job with that EQ combo. Able to get away. Oh, and the Ashe arrow! Missing Jarvan. 132 health, 42 MR on a 250 magic damage. Ulti could have picked up the kill. I think probably would have picked up the kill. That's about 30%.
Oh man,
reduction.
Wally is so close to 6.
Yeah. Definitely gonna get it off of this camp. Jarvan still just at the start of level 5. WalleMarno actually seems to be a little bit further behind than what he wants, but we might see a flash ulti. No flash on
We can't see
Morg.
the flash because he popped it in order to try and get that Jarvan.
I was saying on Morg. Oh, and the bind just barely misses. There's the ulti. Come on, you need to pop that ulti as soon as possible. Split out a bit so that she doesn't bear you both. There's the bear. Not going to do a whole lot. Nice stun, though. But not going to be enough to get away.
Wally doesn't have any... she has to dodge the
wow. No... And I think maybe... No.
But that was a graphical glitch. When you last hit something with your Q, it doesn't show that. It just goes through it.
Wait, did Morg pick up the kill?
Yeah, Moore got the kill
Okay.
with the binding.
With the binding, yeah. That is a grab, and it's not even just on kills. Sometimes you see things like Ash arrows go through people in spectator mode. A little bit of glitching here and there. Anyway, no, I was gonna say maybe Annie could have picked up the kill on WalleMarno, who doesn't have a whole lot of MR, or back then didn't really. They had like 200 health, and I think if she had a couple more points in Incinerate. I think I was misled by the fact that it's a level 4 fireball. Usually you see them put points into the Incinerate cone spell for more AoE damage. So I thought that, oh wow, if the Disintegrate is doing that much damage, imagine what happens if she gets her Incinerate off. But not quite enough. Warwick getting taken down very low by Olaf. I mean, he really does need a little bit of help from WalleMarno. However, neither Warwick nor Skarn are very high damage. Instead, just picks for the CC, and this is why Olaf was such a fantastic choice. He's really not going to be that afraid of the Skarner-Warwick combo, because he can just pop his ult, pop his ghost, and run away, and neither of them really do that much damage. He's staying pretty much at full health. Genocide Josh is having a lot of trouble. Looks like he gets a Madrids. I don't know about that pick. He might have maybe...
I don't know about...
He's definitely going Wriggles, which is good.
Another cloth armor?
Yeah, he's going Wriggles.
Yeah, I know he's doing Wriggles, but it makes me wonder, like, another cloth armor, which I imagine is for a ninja topping in a little bit, but the thing is that if he had, like, he needs health right now, because the damage he's taking, it's all true damage.
He does take a lot of damage from Undertow. It looks like Jarvan's sneaking in up top, though. But no, I mean, you don't really need to build health on, oh wow, and that's going to be a kill on Genocide George flashing away very late. Didn't even need to pop that ghost Olaf, but Jarvan around, but not going to actually get an assist there. Jarvan falling quite far behind Skarner, who has the double GP5 and a slight CS advantage, plus the advantage of getting 2 assists. The arrow goes down, Skarner's going in, gonna maybe, ooh, nice Janna Tornado. Janna, however, doesn't use the ulti, and he's going to, oh, very nicely done with the flash ulti. The slow goes down, Morgana's around though, almost certainly gonna be a kill here. Onto the Janna.
Oh, maybe a double. It looks like they want this Kog'Maw too.
Nice job from Burnabus. Taken quite low. Be able to pick up the kill with his passive. Not quite. Annie actually getting caught out by WalleMarno. WalleMarno in such a dominant
Good
position.
stun, but Wally's so fast. Flash. Oh, maybe if Burnabus cancels
wow. Burnabus actually maybe should have stuck around there.
Now Wally finding the Jarvan in the jungle. It's the Rumble in the jungle here.
Yeah. Jarvan's shield not up. That is going to be a kill.
Wow.
WalleMarno just so far ahead. Now picking up a kill and an assist off of that action down by, and going to pick up the enemy red buff. So Olaf and Jarvan both picking up their Wriggles. Jarvan really needs that sustain. Because he can't get caught at low health again with WalleMarno, and he shouldn't be using his ear Q to clear creep because he wants to keep that up as an escape in case he gets caught again. You saw he only had 60 mana there. Would have been saved if he had his E and his Q up for the escape combo you can use with the Damashing Standard. And Wally's ulti is back up already, as is his flash. We might see a dive here. I really think we should.
It looks like they want this.
I'm gonna look at this from Annie's
I believe.
point of view.
Oh no, Annie! No, Annie!
We're gonna see a flash ulti here from WalleMarno. There it is. There's the ulti, and just so dominant with those Skarner ganks. Very nicely done from WalleMarno, snowballing the game in his favor. Only actually 1,500 gold in his advantage, I think, because Olaf is just destroying Warwick up top. 30 CS lead and 2 kills on top of him. Able to put down so much damage. However, Genocide George, I think, should have an easier job once he can maybe get his Wriggles Lantern up.
Looks like Wally left one of the straps off his backpack. Not carrying the full weight right now.
Not carrying the full weight. It's a zipper was open and Genocide George fell out.
Oh no.
This is a good call from Genocide George. He's getting stomped, but he still can really help out his lanes. Maybe gonna get a suppress down onto Jarvan and just pray that Morg has the damage to find misses though. I think Burnabus maybe should have waited for Genocide George to get in position. Definitely the right call because he's lost his turret. That lane is just gonna push, and now that it's pushing with such a big wave, you can maybe go for the freeze. and really just try and once.
Is
Oh,
blue
actually,
trying to get
instead,
position? I know they're gonna try and go in on this blue, but
yeah,
I'm wondering if they also want a dragon off of this.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I thought I had my spectator mode set a little bit incorrectly. Nope. I think almost certainly gonna go for the dragon after this. Morgana ulti. Jarvan actually using his Q to maybe get in position. Might get caught here by Warwick. Can Genocide George get the arrow goes off? Genocide George, what do you do? Get that ulti down. There's the ulti. Nice ulti from Janna, however.
Good binding from Morgana, and that'll be a kill on.
Yeah, Ashe.
him.
Oh no, Warwick actually able to pick up the
Annie
kill.
and Olaf are coming up from behind, but they've caught Skarner, and well,
I think they've caught Skarner, but really Skarner's caught them. If you saw the movie Watchmen, Rorschach says in prison, "You're not stuck in here with me. I'm stuck in here with you." I'm afraid that's gonna be what happens if Jarvan uses his ulti. Yep, exactly. Annie can actually one-shot this SacredVenge. Not actually as much damage as I would have liked to see. And Morgana ulti is up. She does use her bind.
Oh wow, ult onto that Annie.
Oh, and Skarner going down. Very nicely down from Annie. However, the Genocide George is going to be able to pick up the double buff. And now with that red buff
so low,
might be able to do a lot of work here. The exhaust goes down. His ulti is up in 30 seconds, so still a significant amount of time. Olaf gonna be able to kill on Nunu. On a rampage right now, keeping Red Team in the game. He is 4-0. He has built up a 40 CS lead over his lane. And I would really like to see... Oh, Dragon went down? I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
I mean, it went down so fast with Ashe, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They did get it, right, blue team?
I believe so. Although, the gold... I mean, unless there's a significant power advantage for
I mean,
purple...
They did get like a 1k lead over a minute ago, where it was only 1k in the advantage of blue, so I think that they did pick it up.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Best casters ever!
There's a lot of things in this game, man. There are five people on each team.
There are a lot of variables, such as references to the movie Watchmen. But anyway, one of the reasons you want to max W over Q on Annie is, of course, because of the nice AoE damage, but also she would be able to one-shot creeps and push a lot more effectively.
It's true. Jarvan showing his face. And
gonna get caught here by Morg.
Yeah, I don't know about
Skarner
this.
has ulti. Nunu is coming in from behind. He is lucky that Morgana didn't really block off the exit, although he did have his EQ combo and Ghost.
I don't really know what Jarvan was doing in there, actually. Oh, yeah, he was kind of like...
Maybe
Jana just put this ward in.
He ghosted. He ghosted down bot. I don't know what that ghost was because Kog'Maw wasn't around. Anyway, I got X Warlock not quite in the position and Annie wants to be in. Obviously, 1-4-2. A little bit of a CS actually advantage over Morg, which is not something you see every day. And you can see not quite able to one-shot these waves. The bind just barely misses.
Rennaisance clearly feeling a little bit, I don't know, maybe he's a little bit unfamiliar with characters that aren't Heimerdinger.
Although you did just see him hit that max range bind. Very nicely done. WalleMarno getting pinged. They know he's down there. They are a little afraid.
George sees that half-health Olaf. Now
he does have double buff.
George.
Very smart to back off because Charlie's around. I'd like to see Olaf pick up a Rennaisance, honestly, to shut down Cog.
Janet going around clearing wards currently.
And I just hope that we don't see what we often see. Warwick's really like picking up Frozen Heart for the cooldown reduction. However, I think Skarner is well on his way there. I'd like to see this be built into a Heart of Gold and then build it into a Rennaisance so that he can survive the Kog'Maw and Jarvan and Olaf. 3 big auto attackers on their team. Skarner also picking up a Oracle is going to be slightly more effective than the Oracle's picked up on Janna, as Janna doesn't really have the power to roam right now. Oh, a brush, an Empire ulti, if you will. However, it's not going to really be very effective because Kog'Maw didn't decide to go in. When you're looking at things from the point of view from purple, those brush ultis are actually a little bit hard to pick up on. If you don't realize that you're being slowed, really you don't take any damage until the pop of that Nunu ulti. The only indicator you had is that you are being slowed. And obviously, on a Nunu, if he hits an Ice Blast on you, you expect to be slowed. So if he hits an Ice Blast, goes into a brush, and you chase him into it, you can get like 2 or 3 free channel time seconds of channel time on that ulti before
One of the biggest mistakes I see, sorry, not Olaf, new players do, is actually trying to channel the full duration of the spell.
Yeah.
At some point, they're gonna get out of it. It's a long channel.
Yeah,
unless you have some
I think it's
means
3
of keeping
seconds.
them
Oh,
there.
actually, I just looked away from Skarner, who found. Ooh, and you heard the "Now I got you" of Skarner, and
his ult
it
go on
didn't go
cooldown?
off. No, it didn't go off.
Okay.
It's a little bit unlucky. Once again, blue team just showing that they really are dominant, and this is almost certainly going to be a dead Oracles. There's the ulti.
Feel my sting. That Wally.
Oh, and a nice ulti. Not the best chain CC, however, it doesn't matter because he just got so much of it. Morgbind, and Warwick ulti. It really doesn't know.
Blue team has been doing really well in the jungles, but they've still been having a little bit of a struggle just to establish a really hardy gold lead. That top lane, Olaf is getting very farmed.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess that's really where it's all coming from, because George is down at 93 CS, whereas Olaf has 4 kills and 135 CS.
Yeah, he has about 1,600 gold in the lead. And he's just really not doing as much magic damage as she'd want.
No, she hasn't been. She's been really focused from with the jungle ganks. So because of that, she's actually like she doesn't have her first big ticket item, and it's 21 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
It's not a great position for Annie to be in.
Yeah.
The base damage on her abilities is good, but it's not that good. It's not endgame good.
Morgana actually picking up a Johnny's ring, which is going to give her a total of 100 AP. Currently, she has 138 to... Actually, Annie with more AP than Morg. That's interesting.
Why do you always pronounce it that way? I'm so curious. It's
What?
ZH.
What is?
Well, it's ZH.
Jonya's?
Zhonya's.
Jonya's.
ZH.
Jonya's.
Why is that pronounced?
Maybe it's because I live in Hong Kong, and
maybe so.
Chinese for Mandarin is Zhongguo. So it's like the same sort of ZH sound. Jonya's, Zhongguo, Zhongguo Ren.
Is it really Jonya's?
I think it is Jonya's. With my Eastern sensibilities, I guess it is Jonya's. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Then again, transliteration, one of the funniest things, because it's like, if you look at how they used to transliterate Chinese into English, it's just cringeworthy. Like the phonetic is called, pinyin is the new system. Can't remember where the old system was used, but it just makes me cringe. So maybe it's the whole Jonya's. How do you say it?
I'd say Zhonya's.
Zhonya's? Oh, I definitely like the hard H sound. Looks like Skarner's going in, by the way. Morgana flashes out before Jarvan even ultis, which I don't know if that was the right call. But anyway, it looks like Red might actually be in a dominant position to take this dragon. Warwick going to be able to push top, of course. Morgana just going to go maybe secure blue. But other than a smite steal from WalleMarno, I don't think they really are in a position. Nope, and that is... Oh, and Jarvan ghosting in. This could be big. Does Ashe have her flash out? She flashes out. However, that is going to go on cooldown for 260 seconds, while Jarvan ulti is only going to go on cooldown for 100. Ooh, actually, Annie has vision over this Ashe right now. Nunu is leaving. There's the flash ulti. Very nicely done from IGotX Warlock. Excellent job picking up that kill. This is what Annie's good at. Flash, stun, bear, dead. Didn't even maybe need to use the ignite, but he used it to secure that kill. SacredVenge not even able to get an ulti out. What? Say again?
Now she's got more AP.
Now she's got more AP? Exactly. Actually, she is going back. She is only 200 gold short of a...
But George
wow. WalleMarno putting in 41. Morgana is around. They are blowing a lot onto him. He doesn't use his ulti. I think that could have been a brilliant play by Banana. Definitely did the right thing there because he channeled that ulti expecting the ulti from WalleMarno. However, WalleMarno not quite using it. A nice knock-up. There's the ulti. However, it is just so late. WalleMarno actually just wants to run right now. Let's see if Jarvan is able to get another EQ off. Warwick, meanwhile, did take up top.
So fast.
Top turret. Skarner's just so very fast and very, very tanky against Cog. A little bit of play from WalleMarno. We rarely see him misplay. I am sort of a big WalleMarno fanboy. But Banana on Nunu did such a good play. He said, I'm going to start telling my ulti. I'm going to get a full... Oh, wow. It's just two rude dudes attacking each other. Oh, but the ignite actually goes off. Looks like Olaf might want to go for a kill. Instead of backing off. I don't know about that ignite. But anyway, just to clarify, was a good ulti.
Him, from the second tier tower from all the way to here.
Yeah.
Just a nice little chase scene going on.
Yeah. So just to clear it up, Nunu started channeling ulti, which will deal 625 damage after 3 seconds. Skarner went in 4v1 and could have got the grab on either the Janna, the Annie, or the Cog, or even the Jarvan. And then that they would have not only taken the damage from Skarner's
I'd like
kit,
to have seen their vision, because I think that he just didn't think there would be 4 of them.
Oh no, he
was
definitely
okay.
knew. He
knew there
was
was
trying to.
4?
He was trying to. I think maybe go in a little bit later after one of them had recalled, when it would have been like a 3v2, because he is very, very strong right now. However, that Nunu ulti, had the Skarner brought someone back into it, would have dealt 625 damage, which is huge. That is more damage than an Annie Bear. So your level 13 Annie with 320 AP will deal less damage on her ultimate than a level 11 Nunu.
Who's Jonas?
Sorry, level 1. Jonas? Jonas B. Supper? You know who that is, right?
What?
TSM coach?
No. Oh, I'm just...
I don't know. It could be the Jonas brothers. Are they still around?
I hope I'm not a Jonas brother, but I would be okay with being a coach. I do coach a team. They are good. They have good intentions. That is what I'm going to say about those guys.
Cool.
Yep. Anyway.
Annie and Jarvan actually heading down bot. Ashe does not yet have her flash up for another 75 seconds. So if Jarvan just wants to go straight up man mode, he is going to get that 3.5 seconds. Baron.
all
Wow. Very
5
good.
of
Very
red
and actually,
bottom.
you know what? You know
This
what?
is just gonna be a free Baron.
You know what? No, you know what? Blue team should do. Ashe and Nunu should go in right now and say, Jarvan, I'm over here, and get, even if they die, I mean, ensuring that they fight that like 5v2 down bot, but it doesn't even matter. Not even gonna be necessary. Hernivus, not the very nicely done. Very early Baron at 26.
They don't have any vision of it, right?
I don't think so. Red team does.
I
And
think
then
that
they're gonna say,
was already done.
Watch the look on this Jarvan's face. What the?
Oh.
Whatever that Baron. I'm a prince.
You're an Arrested Development fan. I equate it more to the Charlie Brown walk they do.
Oh yeah. Very nice.
So sad.
So sad.
Poor sad Jarvan.
Look
Missed
at him.
out on the Baron fun.
Look at him. He's so sad right now. But yeah, no, very nicely done from blue team. I don't know if they even picked up the enemy team on the wards. They don't actually have any coverage, so it was very kind of risky for them to do that.
Well, they'd actually just seen everybody had been bottom.
Yeah, but did they see that? I mean, maybe a ward at blue or something and just expired. I don't know. I think they didn't have eyes on Annie or Jarvan.
They saw at least 3 bottom, and they didn't see anyone top. I guess they... I don't know. Maybe a ward faded.
Yeah.
Maybe,
so we do
maybe
see a... By the way, a
like
3k gold advantage for blue team, plus that Baron buff means they're clearly, they have just all been back to shop. Very low gold totals, so they are pretty much
they're
where they
strong.
want to be. Very, very strong right now. And I think, especially since she doesn't have blue, but she does have a decent mana pool. With that Catalyst, I don't know what the Catalyst pick is going to be. Is it going to be a Rod of Ages? It's going to be mighty late. I like to pick up Banshee's Veil, honestly, on like a lot of casters, especially against someone like Annie who walks around with her stun up. You can really sort of subvert the expectations of an Annie. Make sure you don't get flashed.
I've noticed that. So the thing about a good Annie is that later on in the game, what you're supposed to do is not walk around with your stun up. It's walking about 1 or 2 off of stun.
Yeah, especially using that shield.
Later on. You see, now that she's got her stun up, they actually can play a little bit more aggressive, because anything she pokes with is gonna drop her usefulness in team fights for a little while. That's why I think this Annie,
by the way,
is gonna
being
be so great.
Such a man right now. Look at that.
Oh.
Oh, and Genocide George didn't listen to my advice. He's picking up a frozen heart. I told him I wanted to see the Randuins coming off and shut down that cog because Garner had already built one. And no, he didn't listen.
Yeah, you know what this might be? This might just be a Glacial Shroud. I don't know if he's going to complete the whole thing.
I don't know. It doesn't build in anything else, and it's not a very stat-effective item. Without that, you know, it gives you some nice armor, and it gives you mana, and it gives you CDR, but it doesn't. You know, Frozen Heart, you really get it as an armor item because of that. So no, he's definitely going to build it on at some point. I just think Maybe he's also going to build a Rennaisance, though. He does have a lot of slots to deal with. But he's instead, see, he's building a Frozen Mallet, or maybe a Triforce, probably a Frozen Mallet, instead of a Rennaisance. And, you know, both of them are kind
just
of like...
the weirdest build, because he's also got the recurve bow, so it looks like he wants a Wit's End.
Yeah, definitely going to go into Wit's End, I think, unless he gets an Ionic Spark. I think...
Oh, man, I've been hearing a lot of, like, professional teams trying out that item, trying to make something work with it.
Realizing it's crap.
Yes, it is a bad item. I realized that probably the first time I ever used it in Dominion. I was like,
although with Twitch ulti,
anything
else.
Ow!
Actually, Jarvan going in. Genocide George gonna certainly die here. A nice Nunu ult. Ash really just in that position we saw last game.
Wow,
or 2 games ago. Nice burst coming out from Annie though. Able to stay alive, get a lot of spell rotations off. Might be able to pick up the kill on SacredVenge. Not that much damage going in though. Olaf going out. Does she have the cooldown on W? No, she doesn't. She has not Q. It's not going to be enough, though. And that is going to be a 4-for-2 exchange. I don't know what happened with Genocide George. Lag, maybe. Just a lot
I think he was just sick and tired of not fighting.
Yeah, it's fine. Didn't even get to use his ult. We just have Wit's End.
I thought he started with the ult.
No, I think he got stunned under turret.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
The cooldown on that is quite short, but I don't know if it would be up. It's a 68-second cooldown, and there's no way that was a 68-second long fight.
No,
looks like Skarner going to pick up the enemy.
He would already be up by now. What the... George, what are you doing, man?
Baby.
Whoa,
George,
just get a weird amount of lag?
Nope. And it sounds like your network's lagging, so... Yeah, like your Skype is lagging, so it should be you.
I don't know what's up.
So, it looks
Comcast.
like Ash was able... Yeah, Comcast, Jesus. Able to pick up a 2.7k gold, you know... Pick up a 2. No, she was just able to pick up 2.7k gold. I don't need to say A there. Gonna maybe build that last whisper. Does complete her Phantom Dancer. So nicely done from her. What did Kog'Maw build? Oh, what did I say?
Wait.
What did I say?
This is not the reason they lost this game.
No, that's not what I said though. I said that I guarantee this team will not win if Kog'Maw doesn't build a QSS before Phantom Dancer. That's all I said. That's all I said, because he's against a double suppressor.
The standard build on Kog'Maw is build Phantom Dancer first.
Well, what's he doing with that pickaxe? He's still going for his IE. I said he was going to build IE and PG and then not have a QSS, and it was going to be the downfall of them. Let's watch in the next team fight if either we get a flash ulti from Skarner or a flash ulti from Warwick, shutting that... the
last one he was just in kind of a bad position in general and ended up getting pretty trashed on.
Did Skarner ult him?
I don't believe so.
Damn it. Did Ash ult him? Did Warwick ult him? Did anyone ult him?
Well, the Warwick definitely didn't ult him.
Yeah, Warwick didn't ult anyone. Great job, George. It's all jokes. It's all fun and love. But no,
Skarner's sound effects sound so much like TF's ult. Every time it happens, I get a little bit confused. So many wards. Yeah. Just blue team, good ward coverage. Wally not checking enough bushes really, allowing Red to keep up some wards. Yeah. So
Jarvan actually decided to go in. They know that Genocide George is split. Too late in the game, Genocide George to be split pushing. You don't have teleport. Silly George, you're not a Twisted Fate or a Shen. So very good call from Luigi. Still gonna decide that he maybe wants to go in here, but nope. Instead back off, and Genocide George is so far away from his team for absolutely no reason. If he was up there,
I like the way that Warwick walks. It kind of fits the situation. Oh, sup guys?
He's got
what
swag.
Were you guys doing? Where were you?
He's got serious swag.
Let's check. Red team so really just like confined to the base at this point.
Oh George.
Oh silly. George.
So it looks like they have a Baron timer here because WalleMarno's is saying, "Hey guys, it's up soon." Oh, there it is! WalleMarno proving to be a jungler who knows...
We're kind of dancing at Baron. Yeah. They know there's no ward, so they're just going to take it. That's going to be another free Baron.
Yeah. Annie going to get in position. Going to be spotted by this ward. Doesn't have her stun up. Not even close to having her stun up. And we could see... The Shurelya's goes down. A nice slow from Kog'Maw and a nice undertow. Although there is the ulti from Genocide George. Wow. Not a whole lot of damage coming down. There's the ulti, in fact, on Jarvan from WalleMarno, not Cog. So Cog is actually just auto-attacking in the back here. not doing any damage to this.
The Jarvan was exactly where he wanted to be. He was in his ulti with nothing but Nash, but it just wasn't enough.
That is the surrender vote. So well played by WalleMarno again, putting his team in the backpack. Not quite able to pick up that kill of the Olaf at the end there. Wally is my Danton and I am his Andy. I am the Rain Man, says Genocide George. Could not be a better description of this team. So anyway, very well played from blue team today.
Although his play does remind me a little bit more of Dyrus. Never leave top lane. Must continue farming.
Oh no, that's hotshot, man. That is definitely the hotshot move. No, never leave top lane, and then when you finally do, be bot when your team wants you to be top. That is hotshot style, in and out. It's all jokes. So very nicely played from blue team to just really control the jungle, and it seems really, I want to say, what it comes down to in these in-house games is who controls the jungle better. And the teams that we've seen so far that can consistently win, whether it's WalleMarno's team or Team Poop.
I want to see those two teams play. I think I'm gonna try in the rain set tomorrow night because, I think Pokey would be a good jungle opponent for Wally.
Yep. It's gonna be interesting to see, especially since they run these sort of strange comps.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who did, I believe, the Tryndamere mid.
Yeah. Which they
on
I
two
don't know
occasions.
if that's a strange comp or if that's their standard play.
Oh, Mistwell's messaging me saying I can't play tomorrow night. Oh, that's sad. Can you play now? We could actually maybe get this going though. I don't know. I don't know if they're on or off.
Yeah, I'll take a check.
Anyway, that is
I know
that is news for a future future discussion. I'm going to go ahead and say that there's not a whole lot of analysis necessary. I think it was kind of obvious exactly what happened this game. Backpack was on for WalleMarno.
3-1-12 Wally.
Very nicely played from him, able to really control the jungle and get Genocide George to actually maybe group with his team for this is not really just not something we see every day. Sometimes he does it, just not always. Anyway.
No, sometimes he was with his team, other times he was bot.
Yeah. Oh George, we love to hate you. No, just kidding. It's all fun and games. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say GGWP. Very, very, very well played from blue team. And once again, for those either watching live or checking out a VOD on YouTube, if you want to get in on this league, it's not a tournament yet, it is a league. We are doing about 3 or 4 more weeks of these games until the top, top 8 teams? Top 8 teams get into the bracket play. So we are looking for 32 teams total. We're almost there. Just a couple more teams can join. So if you do have 4 friends or more, go ahead and
elimination rounds.
Exactly. So go ahead and add that guy who was just talking. I don't even know what he said, but it sounded funny.
You spelled my name wrong on the infographic, guys. If you're here because you saw the post today on Reddit. It's Kaiser Wilhelm with a Z. I know it's not the way that it's actually spelled in the history books, but it's the way I spelled it.
Crap. You know what I did is I had a first draft and then I just ran autocorrect in Word because, I don't know, I guess it didn't like your name. Anyway, so go ahead, add Kaiser Wilhelm, Kaizer space Wilhelm, or go ahead and join Reddit in-house chat on the NA server. Or go ahead and go to our IRC at m1lkcast on QuakeNet and go ahead, let us know you are down for a game. I'm going to go ahead. I think this might be the end for our stream today because, I mean, it is 4 a.m. in Eastern Central Time where most of our viewers are.
I think that what we should do is something that we didn't get a chance to do last night. Let's stream a random Reddit in-house 5s.
Can do. So anyway, at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and end this recording. So, GG, WP.